4 years ago today, this right here, this was the scene at the U.S. Capitol, a mob of Trump supporters storming Congress in an attempt to prevent the certification of the 2020 election results. Now, that riot, it delayed the process by hours. Today, it was held again, and it wrapped up very quickly. NBC10 political reporter Matt Prichard is joining us in studio right now. Matt, how are lawmakers sort of reflecting on this day from a few years ago while also trying to look forward at the next 4 years?
Yeah, Colton, it depends on who you ask. Democrats fiercely condemning the riots of 2021, while Republicans turn to the future, laying out policy priorities in GOP-dominated governments. Images from 4 years ago resurfacing as Congress meets once again in a joint session
to verify the certificates and count the votes.
January 6, 2025, playing out in a more traditional sense. Vice President Kamala Harris overseeing the counting and certification of electoral votes, solidifying her loss to Donald Trump in November's presidential election.
The certificate of the electoral vote of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
Now, Bay State representatives and senators heralding Harris.
She discharged her constitutional duty to process the Electoral College votes.
It's an act of patriotism alien to the way Donald Trump sees the world.
While also looking back at the violence of 2021 and the added measures put in place for today's tally.
Walking through that security with a steel fence around the Capitol, it was a reminder of what happened.
It was the kind of violence I expected around elections when serving in Iraq as a Marine.
But as for this January 6th,
Donald J. Trump of the state of Florida has received 312 votes. Kamala D. Harris of the state of California has received 226 votes.
No crowds or protesters. A simple, standard process, checking a box before President-elect Trump is inaugurated on January 20th.
The chair declares this joint session dissolved.
Now, Donald Trump has said multiple times he may pardon January 6th rioters. Tonight at 5, what that might look like and how our local congressional members are reacting. In studio, Matt Prichard, NBC10 Boston.
All right, Matt, thank you. NBC10 political commentator Sue O'Connell is here. Sue, America's deep political divisions mean that collectively, right now we can't really define what happened on that day. For some, half the country, they say it was an insurrection. Another half, a lot of folks out there celebrate it. What do you make of that?
Colton, this is who we are. Americans have an enormous capacity to live in denial, and we always have. Look, even though the attack of January 6th was captured on hours of video and in testimony, which you can easily watch or listen to, many Americans, as you note, and many Republican lawmakers have been more concerned with revising what happened or downplaying the violence, rather than squarely addressing what happened and why. Yet, our democracy held today. Our lawmakers follow the Constitution, and we are on the way to a peaceful transition of power. But we should also work to actively remember January 6, 2021. You know the old saying, if you ignore history, you are doomed to repeat it.
All right, Sue, thank you.
You're welcome.